Hello, everybody. We are going to be looking at simplifying expressions by combining like terms. So first of all, I have an algebraic expression here. And the first question I want to ask is how many terms are listed? Now, to refresh your memory, terms are things that are separated by plus signs and subtraction signs. So with that definition, I see one here and I see one here. So here's a term, and here's a term. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms, and I'm going to use some colors to color code, and I'm going to highlight the ones that are the same and the operating symbol that is in front of it. Okay, so this one doesn't have one. And then finally, this 3/4 is unlike the others because it's a constant. It doesn't have a variable, it's not a coefficient, or not a, sorry, not a coefficient, sorry. All right, now we're going to start with the blue ones. Let's combine those. And without even looking at the z, what do I know 3 minus 2 is? Well, 3 minus 2 is 1. And then I know that that z is attached to it, so it's 1z. You can also just write it as z. It's your preference. Okay. And then we have that 3/4 because we've already dealt with the blue ones. The 3/4 doesn't have anything to combine with, so we'll just go ahead and bring it down. So our answer, you can either write it as 1z or z plus 3/4. Okay. Let's look at our next one here. Again, we're going to highlight and we're going to look for like terms. So I'm going to use, let's do yellow and green. So I will do my variables, yellow, the ones that have variable term. Okay. And then my non-variable terms, I'll do in green. So let's start with our variable terms, the ones in yellow. I see I have 5w plus w. And that w, I like to think has an imaginary 1 in there. So 5 plus 1, I know, is 6. It's got a w attached to it, so I'm going to keep it there. And now I can move on to my green ones. 25 minus 10. 25 minus 10 is 15. It's a positive 15. So we'll add on that 15. Ta-da! Looking at this next one, this one kind of throws kids for a loop because there is now an exponent. But if this variable doesn't have a value, we don't really need to care about this guy just yet. Okay, so we're going to look at these. I'll do my z to the fourth. Anything with z to the fourth, I'm going to highlight. What do you know? All of these have z to the fourth, so they're all like terms. I'm going to combine them. I'm going to, oops, don't want that ugly marker. I'm going to pretend that there's a 1 in front of these z's. So I have 1, 2, 3, plus 3 more is 6. And what was attached to all of those numbers? Z to the fourth. And that's my answer. Now looking at this last one, it's a little large, so it seems overwhelming, but really what we're doing is we're just finding the pieces that match and putting them together, and then any other leftover ones we'll just add back in. So let's do red. Anything with an x squared, I'm going to highlight. And anything that is not an x squared, I'll do blue. So I can see I kind of have an oddball. Let's do red. So I'm going to start going from left to right. I have 2x squared plus 1x squared. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus another 1x squared, 4. Plus another 1x squared, 5. So I have 5x squared plus 1. Because I did all my red ones, and then I'm going to bring down my blue one. Okay, we're not solving anything. We're just making it look a little bit cleaner. Okay, and that's it. Having colored pencils or different colored pens to help you sort out the different kinds of terms is pretty helpful. So that's my clue to you. Either circle them, Like if you don't like using colors, if color coding is like not your jam, if it's 2x squared plus 1 plus x squared minus 3. Oh, we'll say plus 3. Okay, if you do not like having that, you can just use a pen and say these are the ones that are like, and kind of do something, whatever works for you. But just note that I am putting the operation symbol with the term. That way I know what I'm doing with it. Okay, I hope you guys have a great time with this. It's tons of fun. Once you get a little bit faster at it, or like you start seeing them quicker, it becomes so much fun. So have a great time and happy math.